Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kamaya, and if you're interested in seeing how I did these feet and cornrows, keep on watching. Hey guys, so for starters, I'd like to thank Leave-In Hair from Amazon for sending me over these 8 packs of individual pre-stretched braiding hair in the color 1B. The brand of the braiding hair is Easy Braid, and they sent me a free crochet hook as well with my order. So this is what it looks like running my fingers through the braiding hair. It's about 24 inches long, I think. And yeah, to prepare the hair, I use this braiding tool. Well, this is actually a thread holder, and I use it to just separate pieces. The pieces that I'm separating are about the size that you see on camera, and I try to keep that consistent throughout the whole process. Even though it's singular bundles, each bundle has a lot of hair, and it only takes like half a bundle to fill up the entire stand. To prepare for this style, I had already blow dried my hair off camera, but I'm just running the blow dryer through it again because my hair gets tangled very easily. To start off, I'm going to split my hair into 2 half sections down the middle. And my parts are not perfect. If you want to do perfect parts on your own head, you can do that, but I wasn't really aiming for perfect parts. In each half section, I'm going to split my hair into 3 additional sections. And when I'm doing the parts to go back, I try to not make the back part of my section as wide as the front part is. So if you watch this video carefully, you could see that the width of each section that I'm parting decreases as I get further towards the back of my head, and the reason for that is because the back of my head is just not as wide as the front of my head. So if I'm making sections that have equal width at the front and at the back, I'm going to end up running out of space at the back eventually. After successfully parting the first section, I go ahead and put that in a 2-strand twist, and then I move on to the second part, following the same tip that I gave previously of starting off wider at the front and getting more narrow at the back. I'm going to put this third section away and do a cornrow on the second section now. And I would advise doing cornrows on each section, very loose cornrows. When you do a 2-strand twist, sometimes it kind of leaves more room for the hair in other sections to get into the section that you're currently braiding. And I like a lot of baby hairs, so I am separating my baby hairs. If you don't like that, don't do that. So that's all. After I'm done separating my baby hairs, I go ahead and I part out the 3 sections on the other half of my head, and then I'll start my cornrows. Like the title of this video says, this is a beginner-friendly tutorial, mainly because I am a beginner myself, and these are tips that I've learned on my journey learning to do feet and cornrows. I'm using the Shine and Jam hair jam, and I'm just smoothing in this out on the roots of my hair. And I put a lot of this, but you could put as much or as little as you want. I apply this to the top portion of my section, and I also apply it to the bottom portion of my section. After I'm done applying the jam, I use my denim brush to just comb it out. And you could use a regular brush to brush it in, or an edge brush. I see a lot of people do that, but I was just using a denim brush. And I'm using the comb part of my edge control brush to just smoothen out the edges because I need that to be slick and laid. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my cornrow. To start off my cornrow, I'm going to go ahead and just part off a little piece. With this little piece, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off like I'm going to do a plait. So I'm going to do a plait on the count of 2. I go 1, 2, and on the third time plaiting, I go and I add in here to one of the 3 sections that I am braiding. For this part, I would advise you to add in here into whichever strand it feels more comfortable to add it into. And that's basically how I do my cornrows. And I do cornrows on my natural hair for about half the braids, and then when I get halfway through it, I go ahead and I start adding in extensions. The reason for this is I really wanted the cornrows to be dominantly my natural hair, since I am a beginner and it's hard to feed in, and you know, it's just easier adding in less hair. And then as I get better, I do plan to figure out how to add in more hair and to maintain flat cornrows. A YouTuber that is really good is Dope AXX Panna, and she's actually a professional hairstylist, so you can check out her channel for tips on how to do cornrows. To feed in my hair, I have 3 strands of my natural hair attached to the cornrow. What I'm going to do is fold the braiding hair into half, add in 1 strand of the braiding hair onto the middle section of the 3 strands of my natural hair. So I'm going to add on the braiding hair, put that right there. 1 strand of the braiding hair is on the middle section of my natural hair. And the other strand would just go again to whichever hand feels more comfortable. Whichever strand feels more comfortable to feed it into, that's the one you feed it into. As you can see in my case, the strand on my right hand, that's the one that felt more comfortable to move the hair up onto and feed it in, so that's the one that I fed it into. I do typically see people ask how many strands of hair did you feed in and questions of that sort, and I would just like to say that I didn't have a fixed amount of strands that I fed into each cornrow. I just went according to how the cornrows were looking while I was doing them. So if the cornrow was looking skinny, I was feeding in hair in sections to make it match the size that I would want. If the cornrow was looking fine, I would just not feed in any hair. As I go down further to the length of my natural hair, I do realize that I did feed in more hair down at that part. I would advise you to feed in more hair down at that part as well, just so that your natural hair doesn't out-frizz the braiding hair. So back here, I'm adding in hair more frequently than I would at the top. I would just like to say, like I've been saying throughout this video, I am a beginner at this feeding cornrow stuff. Feeding cornrows are not my strong point. And if you're a beginner like myself, comment a blue heart emoji down below so I can know I got my peoples in the comment section, okay? Once again, I'd like to send my thanks to Leave-In Hair from Amazon for sending this hair to me. The hair was actually very good quality. It was soft. Each bundle came with a lot of hair, like I said. Well, it's a lot of hair to me. And while there was minimal tangling, it was never a difficult task to detangle the hair while braiding. So this was perfect for feeding cornrows because, as you know, braiding hair could get very tangled. So thank you again, Leave-In Hair, for giving me the opportunity to try out this braiding hair. If you're interested in this braiding hair, it will be linked in my description box down below. I am not being paid to say this. I genuinely like the braiding hair, and I will never come on here and cap about something that I don't like. So if you would like to try the braiding hair, it's in my description box. If not, then I guess don't. To finish this style, I just went ahead and laid my baby hairs, and I didn't really explain that because I genuinely have no explanations for how I do my baby hairs. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos by me, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you could be notified whenever I upload. Comment down below your thoughts on these feed-in cornrows. This is my second time actually doing the feed-in cornrows on myself. Cornrows are just not my strong point, and feed-in cornrows just, That's not to say to be light on your criticism. Please, I would very much appreciate constructive criticism. And if this video was helpful for you, I'm very much happy that it could be of help. Hopefully you could share it with someone else who you think it may help. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!